Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sunita Magre, faculty from the Department of Education, University of Mumbai. In today's lecture, we have discussed the course Sociology of Education and the topic Theoretical Approaches to Sociology of Education. This is the today's lecture outline, introduction, major sociological perspective, symbolic interactionism, key takeaways, points for reflection, and the references. Today's session objectives, you will be able to know about the macro and the micro level theories and understand the symbolic interactionism theory. At the end of this session, the learning outcomes are you will be able to explain the major theorists associated with symbolic interactionism theory. You will be able to understanding the researches on education based on theoretical approaches. You will be able to understand usefulness to understanding social life. Now, symbolic interactionism. What is symbolic interactionism? In previous lectures, we have to already discuss the macro and micro level theories and the three major perspectives, that is conflict theory, symbolic interactionism, and the functionalism. In previous lecture, we have explained the we already explained the conflict theory. Now, the second important theory is, or the second important sociological perspective or theoretical perspective is the symbolic interactionism. So, what is the symbolic interactionism? What is the symbolic interactionism theory? What is interactionism theory? And what about how to symbolic interactionism theory? We use this theory in a social life. What it is? So, the symbolic interactionism theory analyze society, addressing the subjective meaning that people impose on objects, events, and behaviors. Subjective meaning are given primacy because it is believed that people behave based on what they believe and not just on what is objectively true. The symbolic interactionism perspective are also called as symbolic interactionism. And symbolic interactionism is a major framework of sociological theory. Now, in this symbolic interactionism perspective, relies on the symbolic meaning that people develop and rely upon in the process of social interaction. Symbolic interactionism looks at individual and the group meaning, focusing on human action instead of large-scale social structure. Then who is the founder member of this symbolic interactionism theory? Now, the symbolic interactionism theory, it's the major work of George Herbert Mead. He is not developing the symbolic interactions theory, but he's done a lot of work on this symbolic interactionism theory. Then how the symbolic interactionism, and we will see later one by one. So who is Mead? Now, the Mead is an American philosopher, sociologist, as well as the psychologist. He is one of the founder of social psychology, pioneered the development of symbolic interaction perspective. Mead is well known for the theory of social life, social self, which is based on the central argument that the self is a social emergent. This is the history about the Mead. After Mead's day in 1931, His student at the university published his Mind, Self and Society teaching. What is Mind, Self and Society teaching? As per the Mead, the social conception of the self entails that individual selves are the products of social interaction and not the logical or biological precondition of the interaction. It is not initially there at birth, but it arises in the process of social experiences and the activity. For me, mind arises out of the social act and communication. Mead's concept of social act is relevant not only to his theory of mind, but all facets of his social philosophy. The Mead's people, that is the Herbert Blumer, further developed his theory and coined it or named it symbolic interactionism. So what is symbolic interactionism? Let's see the Mead and the development of self. According to the Mead, what is symbolic interaction theory, or the Mead and the how to development of the self? The symbolic interactionism theory in general asserts that world is constructed through meanings that individual attach to social interaction. Mead's approach to understanding social life was grounded in his understanding of the steps in child development. In 1934, he used the term I and me. What is I and what is me? So I and me, he used the terms to refer to the process that individuals go through in understanding themselves in a social world. A child enters the world only understanding the concept of I. He or she is mostly unaware of the social world except it relates to fulfilling his or her own needs. The I. What is I? The I is controlled by impulses and basic human needs and desires. When the child gets older, the social part of the self, the social part of the self, social part of the self is me. Then that times me is developed. The child learns about other people through understanding and meaning he or she attributes to gesture. The me develops. When me develops, the me develops through interaction with other people and through the social environment. This happens by learning how individuals respond to specific act and gesture made by the individual. And shortly, we can say that me is a social self. Me is a social self. And I is a immediate response to others. Me is the social self and I is the immediate response to others. Then next stage. Mead posited that there are the two stages at the child goes through in order to realize me. One is the play state and another is the game state. Now the first, that is the play stage, where children learn how to take the attitude of a single particular other. How to take the attitude of a single particular other. This is the play stage. And the second stage, that is the game stage, where full development of self occurs. In this stage, the full development of self is occurs, where a child learns to take on the attitude of everyone, okay, by being able to internalize the roles of several others. He or she is about to function in organized groups in society. By being able to take on various roles at a time, the child, he or she, understand the roles and the attitude of multiple people. He or she understand the various roles and the attitudes of the multiple people. And next one is the looking glass cell. Looking glass cell is the process of developing a self-image, like I and me, like this. Self-image on the basis of the message we get from the others as we understand them. Second one, there are the three components to the looking glass cell. Number one, imagine how we appear to other people. Right? How we appear to other people. Next one is how other people judge the appearance that we think we present. Okay. And the third one is, if we think the evaluation is favorable, our self-concept is enhanced. Or if we think the evaluation is unfavorable, our self-concept is diminished. Okay. Or we can say that develop some self-feeling, such a pride or mortification as a result of our imagining others' judgment. We think what about the other people's give the judgment of us, right? And the most important thing in this theory, that is the generalized order. As we already discussed it, when at this two stage, games play stage and the game stage, when the child to take on various roles at a time, or he or she understand the roles and attitudes of the multiple people or the various people, these understanding of collective attitude of society is referred to as the generalized order. The generalized order keeps individual connected to society by an understanding the shared meanings. It can be considered a bridge between the individual, that is the micro level, and the wider society, that is the macro level. So this is about the looking glass cell and the generalized order. Now let's come to the Herbert Blumer, after Mitt's Day in 1931, his student at the university published his Mind, Self and Society teaching. Herbert Blumer. Now the Herbert, who is Herbert Blumer? He is the MIT speaker. He is the student of the MIT. And he developed his theory and named it symbolic interactions. He gave the name or the terminology that is symbolic interactions, right? He wanted to clarify how social psychology was largely interested in the social development of individuals. The central idea is to study how individuals develop socially as a result of participating in a group life. And it focuses on the issue of self and the small group interaction. This theory is the process of interaction in the formation of meaning for individuals. In a simple form, people act based on symbolic meanings they find within the given situation. The goal of this interactionism are to create a shared meaning. The Herbert Blumer came up with three basic principles of his theory, that is the meaning, language, and thought. Meaning, language, and the thought. So these are the three basic principles of the Blumer's one. Then what is meaning? Meaning means, what is the meaning of meaning? Means it is a making is a community project. Meaning means making a community project. Meaning is something that has to be assigned, and who assign it, right? The definition of this word states that it is a intention for a particular purpose or destination. Blumer says that the principle of meaning is central in human behavior. Meaning is based on human interaction and how we act towards other people. For example, just say, we generally say, hey, you are looking smart, or you are looking great, like, then you lost your weight, you are so simple. After marriage, you become a smart, right? And just one of the advertisement, that is Teri Sadi, Meri Sadi se Safed Kaisi, right? Now these are the meanings. These are the examples of the meanings. Then this is the process, means that is the stimulus, interpretation, and the response. Means when, how the sentence came out, you are looking so smart, right? Then interpretation. Means in this process or in this theory tells us how people interpret the messages and the statements. Whatever your statement, then how people interpret it, right? Each one of us has a different meaning assigned to different things, right? Different objects have different meanings for different individuals. Just I will give one example. For example, tree. For me, now the tree is one of the example. For the botanist, so will be the different object. For the poet will be the different object, tree. Okay. Then gardener have the different object. So means the people take the individual meanings or they give the response as per their experiences. For example, grass. So some of the people it define is now it is green in color. Okay. Some of the people says it is the food of the animal or main shelter of the animal. Now these are the various meanings. Now in the case of symbols, meaning also depend on the number of consensual responses of those who use it. Then what is language? Language. What is language? Language, what is the meaning of language? Language means it is the symbolic naming of the human society. Language gives humans a means by which to negotiate meaning through various symbols. Meaning. Believe that when you name something, it is assigned a meaning. An example of this would be naming. For example, means this is the example given by the myth. My dog Lucifer. Okay. Name of the dog is Lucifer. The meaning of this name would be the devil. Because maybe the dog is extremely mean or the bites people on of the lives. In simple terms, this principle says that when we talk to each other, symbolic interaction means that humans identifying meaning or gave the naming, and then they develop discourse, which is communication orally. Then language is a source of meaning. Everything in life has a different meaning. All objects, people, and the abstract idea have been assigned certain names. Meanings has never been inherent. Spoken words, written words, pictures are all the parts of language. Each word or the picture means different things to each individual. Each person's language is shaped by other things. So this is about the language. Then what is thought? What is thought? Now, thought means it is the interpretation of symbol. Means whatever the work or the meanings assigned by you, then what is the symbols you use through the language, and then your thought is came up. That's why thought means it is the interpretation of the symbols. Means language plus meanings. This is the interpretation of the symbols and it came through the thought. So that's why thought means interpretation of the symbol. Thought is based on the language, while in a conversation, your mind is imagining or thinking about the different points of view or meanings to what the other person or other people is saying to you. Just an example. What this means that once you hear someone say something, you automatically start thinking about what you are going to say next. Right? Just for example, now he is a sample. It's very simple. He is a sample. Then the person says he is a sample, then your thinking process is started. And then you give the reply, or you are giving the another statement of that statement. Okay. Then according to me, minding is the 2-second delay where individual rehash the next move and anticipate how others will react. Myths believe that we naturally talk to ourselves in order to sort out the meaning of difficult situations. Whatever you think of before acting to an action or responding to a phrase or a statement is your thought. The previous I give the example, he is a sample, right? Your thinking process is, and you will the response, right? That is your thought. Who do this all the time without knowing or realizing it. It is your own personal meaning that you put on the words. Humans come equipped with a mind wired for thought. The mind allows everyone to interpret the symbol of our language. Now, this is the meaning making process. We already studied it. Now, Bloomers 3 basic premises about this perspective, that is symbolic interactionism perspective. The term symbolic interactionism has come into use a label for a relatively distinctive approach to the study of human life and human conduct. With symbolic interactionism, reality is seen as social, developed interaction with others. Most symbolic interactionists believe a physical reality does indeed exist by an individual social definition, and that social definition would develop in a part or relation to something real. People thus do not respond to this reality directly, but rather to the social understanding of the reality. Humans therefore exist in 3 realities. Number 1, a physical objective reality. Number 2, a social reality. And a third one is the unique reality. A unique is described as a third reality created out of the social reality. A private interpretation of the reality, this is shown to the person by the others. The Herbert Blumer said this on the basis of this reality. The Herbert Blumer set out 3 basic premises, or we can say the 3 principles of these symbolic interactionism perspectives. What it is? The number 1 is humans act toward things on the basis of meaning. Humans act toward the things on the basis of the meaning they ascribe to those things. This is the first. Second, the meaning of such things is derived from or arises out of the social interaction that one has with others and the society. And the third premise is these meanings are handled in and modified through an interpretive process used by the person in dealing with the things he or she encounters. Let's explain one by one. The first premise includes everything that a human being may note in this world. That is the first premises is humans act toward things on the basis of the meaning they ascribe to those things. This is the first premise, and in these premises included that everything that a human being may note in this world, including physical objects, actions, and the past. Essentially, individuals behave towards objects and others based on the personal meanings that the individual has already given this item. Right? Now, the second premises is that the meaning of such things is derived from or arise out of the social interaction that one has with one's companions. People interact with each other by interpreting or defining each other's actions instead of merely reacting to each other's actions. And the last premises is that these meanings are handled in and modified through an interpretative process used by the person in dealing with the things he or she encounters. So we naturally talk to ourselves in order to sort out the meaning of difficult situations. But first we need the language. We can think, we must be able to interact symbolically, emphasis on symbols, negotiated meaning, and social construction of society brought on attention to roles that people play. Bloomer, following Mead, claimed that people interact with each other by interpreting or defining each other's action instead of merely reacting to each other's actions. So this is about the symbolic interactionism theory. In shortly, we can say that symbolic interactionism as a concept was formulated by the Herbert Blumer but given by me. It is a socio-psychological perspective and it focuses on small-scale interpersonal relations. Herbert Blumer, who is the Mead's pupil, further developed his theory and coined symbolic interactionism. Symbolic interactionism is an interaction between human beings via symbols such as words, definition, roles, gesture, rituals, etc. It focuses on the nature of interaction, the dynamic patterns of social action, and social relationships. This is the points for reflection. Your institution organized various seminars, conferences on sociological perspectives. You have to identify major theorists who is associated with this symbolic interactionism perspective, and you will be read the articles or review the various researches on the education based on the theoretical perspectives. These are the references and the further readings. Hope you will enjoy the session. Thank you very much.